Welcome everyone. We are back with another episode of the FANSPIRE where the international break is over, Premier League and other club football is back, but we have two massive derbies on the first weekend itself, and I don't think so we could have been more excited about it. And obviously, as you all can see on your screen, we are going to start with the biggest derby of all, the Manchester derby. I mean, I agree that backstage, I think Arya and Joshua are going to disagree with what I just said. But yeah, it's Chinmay and Craig. So welcome both of you all. Chinmay, like I think you're back after a long time. How does it feel now?
It's like United coming back. We were down and out, but we're back, and a great game to start off. The Premier League again. Last 14 days, I hated watching my favorite national team play, and now finally, club football is back. Finally, Man United is back, and the biggest team in England is playing on Sunday. At Etihad Stadium. So I think it's a
The
good way to
biggest team in?
England, probably the world. I don't know, but yeah, I think it's a good way to start off the October-November season.
All right. Craig, first time on the show. Welcome. And you
Yes,
have
thank
anything to
you.
say to Chinmay already?
Yeah, I mean, biggest team in England, we will see who it is.
I mean, Chinmay already has fans. Like you can see the moment we put out that Chinmay is coming back, it's like his fan following, which surprisingly seems more than United right now. But
True.
it's there.
More fans than City probably has in the Etihad Stadium. I don't know if they're going to be more home fans or more away fans on Sunday. I don't know. Let's see how the
The
game's going to
secret
pan
is to
out.
sell less away tickets.
I don't know. I mean, I read this funny stat. I read, atmosphere, and I thought, my game is not at Anfield. Game is at Etihad. I mean, United fans are going to be creating the atmosphere at the Etihad. I don't see Man City fans, really creating that much of an atmosphere. Anyway, it's a home game for us. They probably walk to the Etihad and just get our fans along and Ronaldo, Sancho, Rashford. Let's go.
Is Ronaldo going to play? But I mean,
Ronaldo is Ronaldo
He's
at the moment.
he's well
yeah,
he's down.
exactly the way he's been playing even for Portugal now. But
He's at the lowest point of his career. Anybody can admit that. But I think the
I
man, he
think
has gone on.
returning to United was the reason.
I don't know. Yeah, there are a lot of people who are saying that him coming back to United was not really in the plan, not really in the script. But he's 38, and last season, even with the team which did not do that well, he managed to score 24 goals. I think if a player like him, if he has a lean patch, I think it's okay. A lot of people keep on forgetting, and I would like a lot of people to remember that till January last year, Lionel Messi had two goals until January. Then he started coming back to form. So, we keep on talking about Ronaldo, keep on talking about Messi. These two, they're different kind of players. Everybody has a slump. Yeah, Jack Grealish. I don't know what he's done, so well in the last 1 year. But not a lot of people are talking about him. Only the English press are talking about him. So I think give it a rest. Someone like Ronaldo, it's better if Man City or the other fans, the other clubs. It's better if they don't talk about him because he's scored more goals than probably the whole team has. I don't know.
Talking about goals, Craig and City already have their goal
Uh,
machine, who we thought wouldn't kick off so early on. But I think Haaland has more goals than more than half of the teams in the Premier League currently. I mean, that
Haaland
is some
has
stat.
he has equal goals than the rest of the team combined. And yeah, during the Community Shield when he missed that open goal, everyone was like, "Oh, Nunez sucked. Nunez is so much better than him." We saw how that ended.
Yeah, but like every episode, a City fan comes in. I mean, we last 2 years we have been used to seeing City without any proper number nine, and City have coped up very well, winning the titles as well. And people thought how would Guardiola change his style, how would City change their style for a proper number nine, and I don't think so. They changed their style. I think he suited perfectly, like a pair of gloves. And like, do you think if you remove Haaland from your team right now, your team can still compete, or now it's all on Haaland?
I think with the loss of Sterling and the likes of Jesus, Zinchenko, we lost like really good players in the front. But that has got compensated with us getting Haaland. If you see right now, we bought Manuel Akanji. He's not a ball playing center back. He prefers passing to the sides. So we lose
Yeah.
that kind of play when we play him rather than Laporte who's injured, and Stones who's also picked up an injury last week when playing internationally. So we got to see how
Yeah.
that works out. But I think if Haaland is taken out, I don't think we should have much of problem. Only I think one problem I think we're currently facing is Mahrez underperforming for the team right now.
But you speak of Mahrez underperforming. Your thoughts on Jack Grealish? I mean, 100 million for Jack Grealish, who's already apparently considering to leave City in the summer.
Uh,
I
with
mean,
that, so
people are talking about Anthony. People are talking about Sancho. That's why Chinmay had that smoke on his face right now.
I gotta agree that Sancho this season has been phenomenal. I can't deny that. But you see, Jack Grealish, when you look at the stats, he is the best ball carrier in the league currently, and the most expected assists in ahead of Kevin De Bruyne. Actually, Kevin De Bruyne has 3.34 assists per 90, and he's 3.35 assists per 90. So he's doing something right, at least annoying the players around him, getting them to drop him down, getting
That's
cards
the
on them.
right word. I think that's his contribution currently. So Chinmay, obviously Rashford has been in superb form. Obviously, he won the Player of the Month. Ten Hag, Manager of the Month. Anthony coming on his debut, scoring a vital goal. And then obviously Sancho has picked up his form now compared to last season. But the biggest loss for you all, I think, will be you know Maguire, who is injured apparently.
No, I think
Your thoughts on that?
yeah, I think well, honestly, if you leave out the defensive midfielder, and if you leave out probably the man up top, I think the rest of the 8 or 9 players they will be thumbs up. And I think with United at least tomorrow, there might be that Ronaldo surprise, or does he go for a maybe fit Martial, or does McTominay keep his place? Does Casemiro come in? Apart from that, the other 9 players are I don't think anybody changes the team. And Anthony, he's done well pretty much. Maguire, you mentioned. Um, for him to play well in the England setup would have been very good because it was, it would have been a confidence booster. But a man who has so much of love for, from the English fans at least, he wasn't able to perform at the level he has done against Germany, and that kind of, it tells you the kind of confidence level he's at. All being said, I know he's club captain and all, but the back four picks itself, and you can't say that this back four is not doing well. The biggest attacking threat we've had so far, not Liverpool, by the way, it was Arsenal. And I think if you leave that 15-20 minute spell where they were actually playing pretty well, I think United did defend pretty well. They kept the likes of Jesus quiet, who's been in phenomenal form. So, someone against Haaland, the Fodens, the Mahrez, they've got a very underrated player, Alvarez. It will be a good attacking spree for Man City, but I think the defense can cope up with them. And I don't really see Maguire. If Maguire was fit, I don't think he would have anyways, gotten a call up for the team. So I don't think so.
Yeah. But I think it's the perfect game for United. I mean, the form they are going into the game is really good. Plus, this game always plays into their hands where they just have to sit back and absorb the pressure and counter. But currently, with Ten Hag, it's not only about the counters. It's a team which is building and keeping possession of the ball when required and making those crucial front passes. So, do you think
See,
this
look,
actually
I love
plays
Ten Hag.
into
I
their
love Ten
hand?
Hag. I love Ten Hag. Yeah, I love Ten Hag. But honestly, this is one place where I'm, feeling for the last 1 or 2 days. Will he go to a Ten Hag kind of tactic, or will you just stick to your normal counter-attacking football against Man City? Because all said and done, a lot of people are not looking at the fact that we've had a very good record at the Etihad over the last 2-3 seasons. Somehow we've come. You leave the last season with Ralph Rangnick. That was abysmal performance, of course. But you look at the likes of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Jose Mourinho. They've done pretty well at Etihad in recent
Yeah.
times, and I feel that is Daniel James used to always have great games against Man City. Martial was always great against Man City. Rashford was always great against Man City because they were always on the break. Always they had. And Ederson somehow always makes kind of mistakes against United. The defense cannot cope up with the kind of pace we had in the last 2 or 3 seasons. So I think it will be a game where I think Ten Hag might adapt to the game rather than Ten Hag getting the players to adapt to Ten Hag ball. So if we do go on the counter attack, I think it will be a better option. They have Nathan Ake. If I'm not wrong, Nathan Ake will be the preferred centre back.
I would really like that. I think he is right now.
But the
Nathan
thing is
Ake
with
and Ruben Diaz.
Nathan Ake is a great player. Nathan Ake is a great player. But the thing with Nathan Ake is again, I always see a kind of one mistake in him. Yeah, and I feel if he's targeted, you never know. On the
That's
pay on
true.
the pay,
But
Walker's just coming back from injury. John Stone's gone out. Nathan Ake coming in. It's gonna be a good game for sure. I know I'm talking a lot about United. I know City is undoubtedly the Premier League champions. But the thing is, it's kind of we saw against Newcastle, we saw against Aston Villa. City have been beatable
I was
this
coming
season.
to that point, and Sauradeep is also pointed
Yeah.
out this exact same thing. This season, City's defense is not as strong as it was for the past 2 3 seasons, and the attack United has, which they obviously strengthened this season, and the way they have been playing in the past 4 to 5 games. I think we can see a lot of goals. Now we just need to see who outscores who, because I don't think so any team will be able to keep a clean sheet, even if that is United.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm in agreement that City is quite weak against pace. But I think now that comes up as a problem, especially when Walker is not playing. And recently we've been playing John Stones on the as right back. I don't think that would that would not work at all for against
Yeah,
United with their pace on the left and pace on the right. Their players are too
true.
fast this season, so we need that pace. Walker has been making a lot of mistakes to this season, but he has the recovery pace to come back and make the challenge and stop the attack. And
True.
yeah, I think it's going to be Ake and Diaz playing at the back center backs, and maybe they might sub him off for Akanji if we take the lead early on.
So Chinmay mentioned, Nathan Ake is, error prone, if I may say that. Like, who do you see in City, and in like one player in City and one player in United who will make a mistake if you think that he's pressurized properly, and you're just actually scared, especially if he's a City player.
I think someone at United who's very prone to mistakes is McTominay if he holds his place. If he's pressured hard enough, he'll just go for the simplest pass to the side instead of trying to get break the press.
Yeah.
And that has put a lot of players in under pressure in pressure situations in the past because of his side passing. But I don't know if he will play. As Chinmay said, he might lose his spot to
Yeah.
Casemiro,
But
which might.
Indranil partly agrees with you. He's saying Ederson and McTominay, and
Yeah, I was
you
getting to
know,
that. Edison is. I don't remember the last time I saw Edison make a diving save. It's always Edison looks good
yeah,
because of the line in front of him. I'm not ashamed to say that. And
true.
yeah, when people compare him to Allison, I think Allison stands out because you see that guy in Allison running at you and you just fire the ball. You don't look where you're firing and you end up hitting it on him. Yeah, I think Edison is the most uh, error prone at City right now, and I would say at the moment Mahrez has been losing the ball a little bit too much for my liking compared to his past seasons. That's there,
Chinmay,
but let's see if he
yeah,
plays because I'm expecting Foden to play down the right. Hopefully, if everything goes well, along with uh, on the left we'll have our usual.
Grealish probably.
Yes. So
Yeah,
what I've seen in the past is when we played against Wolves with Mahrez and Grealish, our attack was very 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 slow. We couldn't break on the pace with them with like a kinds of like so Foden or Bernardo when they play on the wings. So let's see how that works out for us.
yeah. Chinmay,
Error
your
prone, right?
players. Yep.
Edison, Nathan Ake, Kyle Walker has struggled against Rashford in recent times. He is fast, but he's coming off an injury himself. So I think this is the first club game he's going to be back at. So I think these three players could be someone they could target. I agree kind of with what he said with McTominay, but McTominay for the last 1 month has been absolutely amazing. I don't know what has happened to him. He's adapted to Ten Hag ball. He's absolutely loving it. He's milking it right now because the thing is, when we played Liverpool, and I remember Casemiro was presented that day, everybody said that the only change you would actually bring to this team is McTominay going out and Casemiro coming in. It's been 1 month, and McTominay still holds his starting place. And it's not because Casemiro is not good, because we all know Casemiro is a legend, a freaking legend at center defensive, the
Yeah,
midfield area. But I think I really feel McTominay has upped his game a little bit. You have to put it down to one man. I think Christian Eriksen, and I think Christian Eriksen, Bruno, McTominay, those three, they've gelled along pretty well. Error prone for United. I feel some place if they can attack well at the left back, because Tyrell Malakia, he might not have a great output going ahead. He does have a good one-on-one, but I feel he if he gets caught out, I really think there that might be one place because they've got Foden there, and Foden and
yeah,
Bernardo. And to this extent, if Gundogan always has a good game against Man United. If they can start bombing down the right side to the left side for United, I think there could be some mistakes. I don't know. I
yeah.
hope there's a mistake. I hope United can go ahead with it, and I feel it's got a high scoring high scoring thriller kind of feel about it. I don't think it's going to be the nil all or 1-0. It just because
True.
there's not too much hype, but there's too much performances and too many below par and good performances from both the teams. But a nil all.
So Prasanna mentions that he's looking forward to Haaland versus Martinez, and just in addition to that, the group has a question like how can Manchester United stop Haaland? With his form, it is difficult to imagine anyone really stopping him. So, I mean, right now, if you see the defense, I was just going through the stats. United have conceded 8 goals and obviously scored 8 goals. GD is 0. I mean, 8 goals in the first few matches. Do you think it is like it what's United have played 6 games? So basically, it's approximately 1 goal per match, a little more than that. Do you think that is actually concerning with Haaland yet to be played against that defense? Chinmay.
No, I think was still yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, now we can. Now we can.
Yeah, yeah. So the first, when you mentioned 8 goals, I feel just take out the first 2 games out of it because I feel Ten Hag was still finding his way into the United
Yeah,
setup. We had a different centre back partnership. We had a different back four, and I feel how to stop Haaland. I think get tight. You have to get tight to Haaland because the thing is he doesn't have a lot of touches. Okay, with Haaland, it's not going to be that he will come deep looking for the ball. He'll probably have 4 touches in a game. I know he doesn't do that all the time, but he might have 4 touches in a game and he'll score 3 goals. And he's just the kind of player that he has a knack for scoring a goal. So I feel get tied to him. We work with Salah, work with Jesus, work with a lot of players so far with United. I think Ten Hag is finally we've got a coach. We don't have a manager now. We have a coach. Ten Hag looks at all of this kind of stuff properly. I feel if we can get through Lisandro Martinez as good as well, Debut pick up to you on a high debut after a long time. But I actually feel Lisandro Martinez was supposed to struggle against everyone in the league because of his height, and he's kind
but
of proving it.
Haaland is something different. I mean, you see,
Haaland is
he's
something
able to
different.
literally bully every defender, whoever is coming against
Completely
him.
agreed. Martinez has played Holland before. Have a look at the result. Have a look at the result of that game. Martinez has played Holland before, and have a look at the result of that game. I don't remember Haaland scoring in that game. In fact, I remember clean sheet, if I'm not wrong, for Lisandro Martinez. And
But
the
that
point
wasn't the City team who has already scored
Wait,
23
wait,
goals
now
in
we're talking
seven
players.
matches.
Now we're not talking teams. Now we're talking players. It's Martinez versus Haaland, as everybody's saying.
No, but
I feel
exactly. But I mentioned that the defense also, if you remove like now Varane and Martinez in
yeah,
centre back, I think
yeah.
United have found their pairing.
I
But
think they
if you
found the
see, they are
pairing.
still a new pair compared to Haaland.
It's
You
good.
see
I'm
Foden and
not.
everyone around them.
I'm very happy to see that this new pairing is coming up against Haaland right now because at least we'll get to see. We'll get to see the likes of we'll get to see the likes of top talents the Premier League has. Haaland is of course a beast. I have no two says about it. He's a beast. We've played Liverpool, we played Arsenal, we played Spurs in October, we play City right now. I think it's good to test yourself against the best if you want to be the best
Yeah,
someday. And
especially early on in the season.
early on in the season, exactly my point. And just to answer that question, if we can't stop Holland, which I think we won't be able, I think he'll score one at least. Then you go with a different tactic. If they score one, you score two, and that's what you do. Defend well. That's what we did against Arsenal, right? We knew Arsenal were
Yeah.
going to come after you. We knew the Liverpool was going to come after you. You just have to contain them, do what you can, hit them on the press.
Yeah, I think both of you can answer this. The thing that makes City deadly is now they have better percentage at converting chances compared to last season. Once they get the lead, I think United might find it difficult. Craig,
Yeah,
your thoughts on that?
Chinmay was saying, getting tied to Haaland, I don't think will work personally. Like in the case of Salah or Jesus, they go down much easily than Haaland would. Haaland just would just ride your challenge and just gun it forward rather than try to go
Yeah,
down and try to get a foul in there or something. So I think yeah, Haaland takes very few touches, so you got to be there before him for anything, and especially with the likes of Kevin De Bruyne or Cancelo supplying passes with pinpoint, like you saw against Wolves, how that cross came in for Haaland's goal.
yeah,
So
that is
their
true.
conversion rate has been really high this season.
No, I didn't look. The conversion rate as they're saying it's been higher than last season, but truth be said, since Pep Guardiola's come in, they've been a different team. They've been a different team altogether. They were amazing, with Pellegrini, with Mancini, agreed. But with Pep Guardiola since 2017, I think when they hit the stride, I think they've been very good. The only kind of thing I can come up with right now is that this year somehow I know in the season they came second, they had kind of a form, but I feel this is, somehow for the first time in a long time, I can see Pep Guardiola and Man City actually looking beatable in games, which you don't normally see in September and October, and you might see it against Liverpool, against if Jose had a good day at Spurs. I remember there were times when Jose at United, Ole at United, agreed. But against the likes of Newcastle, Aston Villa, they actually looked beatable there. Newcastle could have beaten them 5-3, 6-3, if I'm not wrong. I remember watching the game. I feel this is where United can actually, before City hit their stride in October, which is what I think they will do. There are a lot of games. So I feel United up playing them at the perfect time can probably, take advantage of the leaky defense.
Yeah. Chinma, this is a question specific to you because obviously you're a
I think
Ronaldo
he is. I
fanboy
think
as well.
I think he is. And honestly, I've been saying it everywhere. I feel very bad about the situation Ronaldo is in right now because it feels like everybody is questioning what he's doing right now. I mean, which forward? Leave Ronaldo apart. Let's talk about someone like Rashford or let's talk about someone like Phil Foden. Do you think these players don't want to score goals? Do you think these players don't want to perform well? It's nothing like that. A lot of people are talking about motivation or they're saying maybe he doesn't want to do it anymore. Maybe it's not good enough. I think after 20 years bossing the game, Ronaldo can decide when he is not good enough. I know it might be a very egoistical statement for somebody to say, but I feel he's done enough to warrant at least his say in saying that maybe I'm not good enough. And you have to look at the fact that Ten Hag, he thought Ronaldo, everything going through Ronaldo, he thought that maybe Ronaldo will not be a good fit enough, and he dropped Ronaldo straight up, dropped Ronaldo till he comes back to match sharpness, and that's what you do. I don't think Ronaldo, the motivation for Ronaldo is ever a problem. I completely agree with Deepu. I think he'll be more motivated. There's a World Cup coming in 2 months. A lot of people are talking about his performance against Spain. A lot of people are talking that he doesn't or he can't do it anymore. I think everybody said that about a certain King Kohli, right? King Ronaldo. I think he'll come back. The more the motivated these guys get, the more the hate they get. I think they come back stronger. I think Ronaldo. We'll see the best of Ronaldo this season too.
Yeah. I mean, and if right now this season, the more we talk about City, Haaland somehow sneaks his way through. And if you can see that, like Haaland can also be useful in a sneaky way while he is marked. Others are set free. Cancelo plays like a number 9. No shortage for City in that regard. I mean,
Well, there's
that
a
is true.
reason
Like he's
Cancelo took
more
the
of a
number
winger.
7.
He's more of a winger than he is a defender. But just adding on to that comment, Debruk, exactly put like the question like what's the biggest 1v1 battle for the derby? For him, it is Anthony if he plays versus Cancelo, because Cancelo as well one on one is good enough, but going the other way he's tremendous. Same with Anthony. We saw his work rate against Arsenal. He will drop back. He will run the whole 90 minutes if he's fit. And I think that is actually an interesting battle. Greg, your thoughts on that?
You know, to be honest, I don't think Cancelo stands a chance against Anthony. Anthony is just too good when it is his own way. And although I had an interesting thought some time ago today, where I was thinking that instead of Walker, we should try playing Cancelo on the right with Sergio Gomez playing on the left, since he's much faster than Cancelo. And I think Anthony needs that kind of pace to be beaten till like the centre backs are come back for the support. Because considering we're playing Nathan Ake over there, we might have some kind of hole or gap somewhere in the back where Diaz might have to carry the whole back line alone
Yeah,
single-handedly.
true. So, like being a Manchester derby, I mean, it is going to be feisty regardless of who is playing, which form the teams are in. Do you see any red cards in the game, Greg? If you had to choose the one player who would get a red card,
Oh, I'm going for Casemiro here. He's just gonna two leg tackle somebody and take that red.
and the best part is Michael Oliver's the referee. I mean, I think you, people, yeah, Chinmay, your
So
pick
I think
for a red card.
I read David's comment. He's coming up with great comments here, and I think Anthony versus Cancelo, not only playing wise, yeah, but I think for your answering your question, I think it's also a good 1v1 battle
Yeah,
because Anthony is the kind of player who loves to wind up the opposition up, and you could see it when he celebrated against Arsenal. The referee literally told him to calm it down. He was looking at the Arsenal away fans, pointing them out and telling them celebrating pretty well. I think there is going to be a hot-headed battle. Could be, McTominay, Haaland. You've got Alfie Haaland's history. Roy Keane is going to be there. There's a lot of history which is going to be coming on. Casemiro, McTominay might make a rash challenge. Anthony is there. City are also not very well behaved when it comes to fights. You can look back at the Atletico game, and one push is all it takes. I
I
I don't
think
know if I,
McTominay is the guy to be booked, even though he's never booked. I've noticed that, like for the fouls he has already done.
exactly. He gets booked every game. I don't know, and I don't remember the last time he was. He suffered that ban, that one match ban. But he still somehow every time I switch on a McTominay game, he's booked, and it's a very
Yeah,
good habit. Kind of winding the opposition player up. I feel I don't know if there's going to be a red card on Michael Oliver. All I can hope for if there are no unfair or biased calls by the referee. That
true.
is going to be the only sucker punch for both City and United. Michael Oliver can keep his cards in the pocket. Let it go on, yeah. It's football. It's a derby. It's bound to happen.
All right. On that note, Greg, Chinmay, we will wrap this first segment of the Manchester Derby. And, thank you for putting your thoughts in. But stay tuned as you might come on again because, like, I bet everyone is waiting for the North London Derby, and all of you all will also have something to say on it. So we will have you on shortly again. So, Greg, Chinmay, till then, thank you.
Yes. See you soon.
All right. So as you have seen, I think you can see in the comments, we have many people waiting for the North London Derby to get in, and obviously the fan favorite, another fan favorite of FANSPIRE, Arya. So without wasting much time, let's just quickly get them on, Joshua and Arya. So yes, the two brothers are
Hello.
back. The brothers.
Yeah, except for 2 days in the year.
Yeah.
How you doing, guys?
So, just for everyone already tuning in and who will watch it again, the last time Arya and Joshua were on last season, I mean, that was one of the best episodes of the season. Forget about anything. I mean, I don't think so. We spoke about football that time. I don't remember any football talk going on. And I think everyone is rooting for the same again.
Are they okay? There's
So
some
both of y'all
pressure.
have something to live up for. Both of y'all have something to
Yeah,
live up for, man.
yeah.
So let's just quickly dive into it. I mean, the top four, Arsenal top of the league, Spurs chasing them, and obviously the only time I think Spurs have dropped points, I think only against Chelsea, and yeah, Chelsea and someone. So there's only 1 point separating Arsenal and Spurs, who can end up on top. So Joshua, do you think for you it's a bigger game compared to Spurs because you're already at the top?
See, it's a North London derby. It's a bragging rights, right? So it's always a bigger game for everyone. Um, Obviously, top of the league. I mean, you can't, as I said, you can't start it off. It's just the start of the season. There are still so many games left to play on. So many points to drop, so many points to gain. So it's just the start. So I'm just not going to say it's not that great, but yeah, it's always an important game against Spurs.
Yeah. I Spurs for some reason is one of the most hated clubs. I mean, Arya can agree with that. I mean, but Arya, just go. Arya, you there? Or is it my net?
All right, guys. I think
No,
my
he's
net
there.
is
Yeah.
lagging a bit. No, I think it's my net.
Yeah.
I would say that every match right now is important, given the squad abilities in every club, almost every club in Premier League. I mean, you don't know which match you might lose. With Chelsea now, there's Aubameyang over there, and with United, there's always this fear of Ronaldo, and he
The
scored a hat trick,
smile Joshua got when you
right?
mentioned Aubameyang.
I don't know why he's smiling. He's a
He
rat.
always
I
does. He
mean,
always does. You have to say
captain
that. He always
captain of
does.
Arsenal, the captain of Arsenal Football Club joining their arch rivals. I mean, is it a joke? Why have you all created a retirement home
I
for each
think,
other? I want to know.
but you all are talking about people joining other clubs. What about Sol Campbell?
What
Why
about
you want
him?
to talk? He joined Arsenal.
What
He joined
about
a better club, right?
Yeah, they were the better club then. Agreed. Maybe I didn't watch football back then. But what about now? I mean, leaving Barcelona, joining Chelsea, being the ex-Arsenal captain, doesn't it hurt, Joshua? Doesn't it sting? I mean, if Hugo Lloris joined any other Premier League club, I will be like, dude, no.
But that's the thing now. Who would take Hugo Lloris?
The French captain, the World Cup winner, yeah, sure. Who would take Hugo Lloris? Man's having his season, man of the match, man of the match performances every single match. All right, and your Aaron's Ramdale he's just flying everywhere. He's not doing anything. He's just flying. He's just diving. Right. But who would take Hugo Lloris? That's true.
Yeah. So we are just like a short break before you all can continue bantering each other. So Debro, I have a question for Arya. Why can Harry Kane replicate his form, Spurs form for England? And is it the Son factor which is playing a part? Considering Son was out of form before the last game week and the international break, but still Kane surprisingly managed to score. And since he has broken his August curse, he hasn't looked back at all. So, Arya,
I
what
think
do you think is the
more
reason?
more than the more than the Son factor, I think it's the Antonio Conte factor. All right, there's no two words about it. And it's just clear. It's just clear. And with England, I mean, I didn't watch any of the matches this time, but I'm pretty sure Southgate did something he shouldn't have done. Uh, I mean, that's my answer. There's no
Yeah,
technical analysis over here. It's just two different managers. That's it.
true. So now talking about us the countries, I think we don't need to talk about those anymore because the international break's over. So let's just quickly, obviously, like Joshua mentioned, that North London Derby itself is a big match, regardless of the team, like the form the teams are in. But considering the start of the season, which both of the teams have, both top four, like I mentioned earlier, Joshua, do you think that it's going to be a feisty affair as always?
Um, yes, it is. It's going to go back right to the last game week, right? Like last season, right? And I think October, right? The whole World Cup getting added in is going to be a big factor. A lot of games to be played. I think that in October we have, I think, 9 fixtures that need to be played. Rotations, injuries, everything's going to count in. Um, and I think Arsenal have. I think we do not have that much squad depth in midfield, so that's also going to count. Have a big factor at the end result. So, but I do see them in the top four this season.
But start of the season, I think the only top club which Arsenal have played is Manchester United. So, do you think this form is not what everyone or Arsenal fans specifically perceive it to be?
No, so I'm saying every club, each and every club has that stats, has that ability to uh, beat any team, right? They have strengthened. You see, Nottingham Forest with around 17 players, they bought in. If you want to
More
say
than,
a
I think,
Brentford game,
23 or something they got in. They
yeah,
have two teams ready already.
exactly. You see, Brentford went and beat United 4-0. We go beat them 3-0. It's just about how it is. Even the smaller teams are really good. You see, Brighton doing well. I think currently they are right above United. I mean, it's not about playing top clubs. It's about playing each and every game. Yeah, yeah.
Sorry about that.
Arya, you wanted to say something on that?
I mean, he's expecting top four. That's a good expectation. But I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Yeah. He made some good points. Yeah, he made some good points. But expecting top four with those kind of fixtures, with, as he said, no squad depth or little less squad depth, it's tough. But hey, if it doesn't happen, we all know who is not going to
All
stay.
right. Yep. So, any player that joins Spurs, nothing to brag since we know they won't achieve anything. I mean, I think Spurs fans are now used to this. It's like a synonym for Spurs, an empty trophy cabinet. So,
What to say? We are all in hopes.
I can't hear you if you are speaking.
Oh, one second. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, better.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's something that always bothers me personally, but I think it is what it is, right? You just look at it, keep your head up high, and hope for the best.
All right. I think, yeah. So, Joshua, we have a question for you. Whom or what do you feel will be your weakest link in the North London derby?
From an Arsenal perspective, maybe I do not see. I think our midfield. I'm not really sure if Partey is really fit. So maybe that would be our weakest link. I think Partey is the main guy who holds it back when Xhaka goes up, and also left back. I think Zinchenko has been technically really good, and we would need him. But I think Tierney is a little bit. Once he goes up, right, once he is attacking, there's a lot of space behind on the defense, and that creates a lot of a good chance for a counter attack, and that's what Spurs are really good at. One Hurricane through ball, and that's it. So yeah, I think that is going to be the weakest link I feel for Arsenal right there.
Spoke like Mikel Arteta and all or nothing. But speaking about Zaka, like you mentioned him going forward, obviously he has a bit more advanced role this season. And before the season started, we expected him to be the first player to get red carded. And apparently he sobered down. But do you think if Partey is injured and if he has to slot to his chaotic position, and considering the way Son, Højbjerg, and everyone who can actually rile him up, and obviously there's Romero. Is Romero fit? Arya?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think there are enough catalysts which can get Xhaka or any other Arsenal player red. So, do you think Xhaka or someone else will be red carded?
Uh, I think Xhaka has toned it down a little bit. So I think I'm not expecting him to get a red card at least. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's not going to. Hopefully, no. But in
As
case,
a Chelsea fan, I'm going to say the referee for the match is Anthony Taylor. So, just say. Just say.
50-50, I still don't think he'll get it.
Saka is getting a red card in the match.
But,
He's
Xhaka
so
might get a
easily
red
riled
card.
up. He's so easily riled up. And I don't know,
But
he goes
considering the
berserk
match is
when
at
he's
Emirates, do you think Spurs players will be riled up? Like, the match is at Emirates. It's like a hostile environment, especially in the North London derby.
when he has managed to
Your voice
one under
is-
him. I said
your voice
Conte
is
has managed your
fluctuating.
team. Can you hear me?
Now we can. Your voice was fluctuating.
Okay, my bad. My laptop's a little. So am I.
Yeah.
I was saying, I was saying that Conte has managed Chelsea, and you know how he plays, especially away matches. I think
Yeah.
it's gonna be a different kind of fire, and it's gonna be lit. I mean, Arsenal are gonna be bodied. Arsenal is gonna be touched, and not in a good way.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
all we need with your team is a good speech by a photographer. We do not need anything else to beat you all. So yeah, I think that's it.
A
So
3-5-2 versus the Gunners. I think it's going to be more of a 3-4-3 because Kulusevski is probably a 50-50 right now. So I think it will be Son, Kane, and Richarlison. So I think it's a 3-4-3.
okay. And Elroy has a question for you, George. I mean, not a question per se, but Jesus has been getting yellow for getting in fights too this season. I mean, he's already on 4 yellow cards, and this being the North London derby, I expect him to get carded again, and he's going to miss the next match. But just for every touch, every foul which doesn't involve him at all, he for some reason comes out crying to the referee every time just to get booked. Do you think Anthony Taylor, being the referee he is, and any other referee would again book Jesus, and you are going to miss him?
Yeah, definitely. I think Jesus is definitely going to get a yellow card. And next week I think we have Liverpool, or he'll miss the Liverpool game. That is inevitable. He is very feisty. He fights for the team, right? But getting a card doesn't make sense. But that's what he's been doing for the past few games, and that's how he's got 4 yellow cards. Obviously, ruining my FPL, but yeah, why not?
As a neutral fan, I want to see what happened between Spurs and Chelsea. I mean, managers going at each other, players going at each other, and
Spurs left out
Spurs
of the
and
season.
Arsenal. Obviously, you don't need anything to light that match. You just there. That fire is already there. That passion for the North London bragging rights, and
Well,
especially
it's
the
clear who
stadium.
has the rights, who's standing above the other since the past 7 years, I think.
Give them a trophy, guys. Guys, just give them a trophy, man. Just give them that, please. I'll buy you a trophy, Arya. Arya, I'll buy you a trophy. You can write above Arsenal for the past so and so years and put that in your trophy cabinet. That's all I'll
Provided
give
you,
you.
provided you
You can
hand
go
it
ahead
over
and
to
take
me
it.
right now. Right now. Could you do
What do you
that?
think?
Oh
Why
yeah,
will I come?
probably because his attacks are not delivering. Arsenal's attacks are not delivering. Arsenal fans are the
True,
same. They don't
true,
deliver.
true.
never deliver. Jesus
If
has been.
your attacks were
Jesus.
so delivering, you all would
No,
have
no, no,
delivered
no,
a
no,
club.
no, 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 no,
You
no,
all
no, no.
would have
Don't
had
go
a
complaining
club
about my
trophy
attacks, yo.
in
No,
your
no, 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 no.
cabinet. You
I
all would
came
have had
to
a club
London with.
trophy in your cabinet if you all had so much
Excuse me.
attacking delivery.
No,
Okay,
no,
guys,
no.
listen.
1 second. No, no, no,
According
no,
to you,
no.
your club only plays to play and whatever, win the game but not win a trophy. That's your mentality. That's how a Spurs fan thinks. Okay, that's exactly
Yeah,
your
you are,
mentality. You
yeah,
all
yeah,
play
yeah,
not
yeah,
for
yeah.
a
So much
trophy.
about mentality.
Listen,
So
listen,
much
listen,
about
listen, listen. You
mentality.
listen to me. You all play
I'll
only
tell
for
you.
for playing. You all don't play for
Stop
a
trying,
trophy.
Arteta.
That's your
Arteta,
mentality.
stop
Your
trying.
Spurs fans
Arteta,
mentality,
stop
guys.
trying. Oh my God,
Okay,
Arteta, relax.
that's
I didn't
your
hear any of
mentality.
you
Simple as
anyone
that.
bogus. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. It's about mentality, yeah. This guy Arteta, he played "You'll Never Walk Alone" in the training session to motivate, to rile up, and to get them used to the sound of the chant. What happened in that match? Where was the mentality in the
Okay,
training ground?
we lost that game. What did y'all do out of it? Okay, we did that. That's our tactics. That's his tactic. He tried it, it failed. Okay, he's learning. He's a young manager. He's learning from his mistakes. What about y'all? Okay, y'all have such an experienced managers. Y'all brought in
We,
Jose Marino,
yeah,
who's a serial winner, but won
with that
nothing.
experienced
Guys,
manager,
listen, listen.
we
Y'all
beat
got
you
in a
3-0
serial winner who wins
we
nothing
beat you 3-0
for
at
y'all
home,
because y'all are
and then
Spurs, right? Y'all are Spurs.
we overtook you for the fourth position
Go
in the
ahead,
UCL
get that
squad.
in your trophy, right? Go ahead. Take it. Overtook you. Take it.
At least, at
What you all
least,
do? Okay, one second. What
at
do you all
least,
games? Okay,
my
Champions
Friday
League
nights
football.
are
Okay,
lit
go ahead.
because I sleep on Thursday night. Sorry.
Okay, sleep. Go ahead. But have you all won it? Are you all
Have
winning
you
it?
all
Are you
won
all
it?
winning anything?
Have you all
Okay,
won
we
it?
have not won it.
Leave FA
But
Cup
are you all
aside.
winning it?
Leave FA Cup aside. Where is your club? Where is
Bro,
your club?
it has a
Your
trophy. It
captains
has
are
so much
throwing armbands
respect that
and
it has a
joining
trophy.
other rival clubs. Where is your club?
See,
Where
that's
is
football.
the legacy? Where is the Henri mentality? Your club is finished, mate. Your club is finished. And read it
No,
and
I'm not
sign on
taking
it.
that
I'll
much.
stamp on
My
it.
club is
It's
not finished.
finished.
My
It's
club is far
finished.
from finished.
You've got to give
Not far from
Arteta
finished.
you've got to give Arteta a huge backup if you all want to see this club revive. Because your owners are not interested. Your owners are not interested at all.
Yeah.
It's true. The only person interested is Arteta, and probably a few of the youngsters. I saw the All or Nothing documentary. I was amazed. I actually humanized Arsenal, and I started hating that fact. All right.
By the way, I'm
So,
actually enjoying this. So Arya, just continue.
so, uh, but I gotta say, a few things looked a little off, but Arsenal looks serious, and they are serious. They're gonna come with strong force, but somehow still fail because they're Arsenal. It's fine. It happens.
Arya, like, so there was a question that
Yeah.
the comment, like Joshua is focusing on history and stats all along. Are you not confident about the game tomorrow? And
Little
Arya, I
bundle of
think,
joy. Little big bundle of joy. He's my little big bundle
but,
of joy.
uh,
Because
but
that's the
Arya, I
question.
think rightly
That's the
answered as
question you
that
gotta
Joshua
ask
can talk
every
about history.
Arsenal fan.
You have the
They're more
fun.
concentrated about the history. They're not thinking about the present. They're not thinking about the future. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure when Arteta goes thinking about, oh, I need funds, I need backup, I need squad, I need trophies. They go like, oh, trophies. We have 04 Invincible. Play with those funds. That's
Actually,
what the
have
owners
that.
tell you.
What do you all have to show, bro? You all have everything. What do you all have to show at the end of it? You all are developing for how many years? Next 50 years. What do you all will show for that? 50 years development.
Our
Write down,
mentality
write
doesn't
that down,
our
write that
mentality
down,
our
put that on
mentality
your trophy
doesn't
and put it
stop
in your
at
cabinet.
what Arsenal was into the 2000s, what
Develop for
United
50
was in the
years, that's
90s.
it.
Our
Okay,
mentality
go
is
ahead.
to exceed what Real Madrid are right now. All right.
So,
14
just a
champions.
brief, and then you all can continue again. Like Arya specifically, Chinmay has a comment slash question for you that
Hmm.
you're talking about club captain joining arch rivals like Kane didn't go crying to City last season.
City is not
Can't hear you.
We wipe those tears with joy of happiness by bringing in Antonio Conte. That shows how we value our players. That shows how we respect each other. That's how we show that how serious we
FIL
are.
only got Conte because United didn't go for it.
No.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
you can lie with that fact to yourself and make yourself sleep at
I
night.
don't need to lie. It's a fact. Get in Chinmay here. He'll just give you that.
Well,
If Ole was sacked right at that
it's a
time,
funny thing.
no.
It's a
If
funny
Ole
thing.
was sacked
It's a
right
funny thing.
there,
It's a funny thing because I
Conte
know
would have
for a
joined
fact it's
United.
not a fact. I knew about the whole Conte debacle before it happened. So I know what it is and what it's not.
Kane was an Arsenal fan, bit of history for everyone.
So
The,
was
the last
Doherty.
the last he
So was
celebrated a
Doherty.
trophy.
So was Doherty, and so was Adias.
The last he celebrated a trophy.
Nobody knows that. That's history over here.
So Debrup has a question: will Arsenal finish in the top 3 this season? Joshua, yes or no? Simple.
Yes.
All right, top 3, not top 4. So there is Liverpool, there's City, there's Chelsea, there's United, there's Spurs. And if Brighton continues the way they have been playing, so top 3.
Yep.
All right.
That's
But again,
confidence,
every
man.
time
That's what I love
Arsenal
about it.
play, and I have to get this question out. In case you all drop out of the top 4 again, is it curtains for Mikel Arteta?
No. No.
All right, let
I'm
me
going to
put
say
it another way.
I'm backing.
What will it take? What will it take
He won't
for?
say yes. He won't say yes.
No, I mean, what will it take for you?
I'll give you the
to
same
see-
answer I gave you last time. Okay, it's the process. It takes time. It's not going to. We have the youngest squad, right, in the Premier League right now. They are going to need experience. They are going to need a lot of backing. He's going to need a lot of changes in certain positions. We need to strengthen our centre mid, or maybe backs, one or two, maybe another striker as well, right? He still needs a little bit more backing. So I think he definitely needs another season, even if not. Yeah, I'm going to back him up till the end.
Arya, continue.
Okay. So can you hear me?
Not really. Not that much.
Yeah, now we can.
Can you hear me now? Is
Yeah.
this better?
Yeah.
How much time are you willing to give Arteta for the process to be complete?
Maybe 3 more years.
3 more years. So in total, that would be how many years?
I think 2, right?
So
Yeah,
that's
up
5.
6,
6, 5, 6.
5 or 6. 5, 6. It's funny and a little.
I'll tell you something. He'll
No, no,
still
no,
win
no,
a
no, no,
trophy
let me
before
say-
Spurs.
did I
He's
say in
already
between?
won
Did I
one.
say in between? Did
He'll
I
still
say
win
in
more
between?
trophies before Spurs get developed into a better club of whatever they want to. So he'll just do that.
He's willing to give his club 6 years to enrich into something. Can you not hear me?
I'm not
Yeah,
able to.
yeah, go on.
Wait, something is wrong with my laptop. I'm so sorry.
I'm really sorry about this.
Yeah, continue.
All right. So as I was saying, it's funny how he's willing to give 6 years more in total to his club. And when we say we're developing, he's like you're developing for generation. And it's literally the
Yeah,
same
so
time.
how many years are you willing to give your club? 50, 60,
I'm a
100?
give ultimatums.
So,
It is what it is.
all right. So we'll just come back to another question. We have actually many comments and questions.
Many questions.
Just in addition to the question of Debrup, Clifford asks, where do you think Spurs finishes?
Well, we got to see what we got to see. I mean,
Alright.
come on, guys. I mean, I can't answer that question. I'm really sorry, but I have my
Top
hopes
three?
up high.
3 at the expense of Arsenal, maybe.
Sorry.
Top 3 at the expense of Arsenal. Do you see that happening?
I mean, we can't afford any other expenses. We can't.
All right. So another question from Debru. that Arya, who do you prefer in the front three, Richarlison or Kulusevski? I think I already know the answer, but I think Sidal
No,
past
no, no, no,
you
no, 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 no. I got to tell you. Oh, we've
you
not
have
spoken in a
been
long time. Dude, this question I've been asking myself ever since that cry mode tweet. All right. And it's eating my head. Because when Kulusevski is not there, I'm like, oh, why is not Kulusevski playing? And when Richarlison is not there, I'm like, there's got to be someone doing the shithousery he does. I mean, Richarlison is a player you hate when he's not in your club, and that was me. But now when he's wearing this logo on his chest, I mean, wow, you know, it's amazing. I love him. But to answer the question, I'd say Kulusevski. I'd say Kulusevski.
all right. Joshua, who do you think will replace Arteta if it happens?
I have no answer to that. I have not thought of that, and I will not think about that.
You want to comment, Arya? Couldn't hear you at all. I think you have issues with your audio. We can't hear you.
Guys, can I join back? Can I join back?
But we can hear you.
Okay, I gotta sit this. I gotta sit this. But I said 10 marks to whoever explains me that sentence to that question or whatever it was, because I don't think I talked about Pochettino.
Okay. So,
But
Arya,
don't you need the cups
this is actually an
while giving it to
interesting.
others?
So, Arya asked Pochettino or Conte, who would you rather have? Because obviously Pochettino was the manager every Spurs fan loved, especially when he took you all to the Champions League final. But seeing Conte, who do you now more prefer?
I hate them. I think Conte, Antonio Conte.
All right. Is this just the passion which he gets on, or
Yeah,
you just
I mean, yeah. It's a little bit and a lot of everything. It's the passion, it's the energy, it's the mentality, it's the excitement of Saturday kab aayega, you know. I didn't know there was an international break. I thought the match was last weekend. I was all excited the whole week, and then Friday को मेरे को पता चला कि match है ही नहीं. Oh, sorry, Thursday को. कि Saturday match है नहीं, it's next Saturday.
yeah.
So
So
it's a little bit of everything.
yeah, I agree with your justification, and I think Conte could actually win something which Pochettino couldn't. But now Joshua mentioned that let's get on all the guys, and like I mentioned start of the show as well. So we have everyone over here currently: Craig, Joshua, Chinmay. Obviously, it's the last segment, okay, where we are just going to ask combined level of the Manchester Derby and of the North London Derby. So first we'll go with the Manchester Derby. Chinmay, your combined 11.
I combined 11, so you want the whole 11 for that?
The combined 11 of Manchester City and United. And I want,
Then
I don't want United players, I'm telling you now only.
you don't want?
All United players in that starting 11.
Then come on, we give them that respect.
Can we go
Dayan-
position wise?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Dayan
That would be better.
Cancelo on the left, because Cancelo is of course a Valverde kind of player, very all round. I think centre back pairing. You say in form, right? In form. I'm
It's
going to go for my centre back. Both of my
combined 11.
In form, I think Ruben Diaz and Nathan Ake and Akanji don't get it. I'm sorry. Right back, if Walker was fit, I would go for Walker, but I'd go for Diego Dallo. In form, only in form. KDB, Ericsson. KDB Ericsson. I'd probably go for Rodri. KDB Ericsson Rodri. And the front three, I'd go for Holland has to be there. That is no issue. Uh, I think in form, Sancho's been amazing this season so far. Even when he's not had a good game, he's come up with chances. So I'd go for Sancho on the left. On the right, bit of a toss-up. I want to go for Bernardo, but this guy called Anthony, he's troubling a lot of. He's going to be troubling Man City on Sunday. So a toss-up between one of those two. I think Joshua knows how Anthony plays. So you can ask him if you want.
I mean, before when I asked the question, Debruk thought that you like end up choosing all 11 from City.
Hey, last season, you would have asked me, I would have said everything Man City. United, it's just football. I was listening to Arya and Joshua go at it. And, last season, they were not on talking terms at all as clubs, I'm saying, because there was no point, there was no chance. Arya only has one thing is bank all the time. I finished, Spurs finished higher than Arsenal. And Arsenal, then, some place, you have the history type coming in. You look at how football changes in, certain sort of span. Arsenal is top of the table. I know it's not something to celebrate a title with right now. But Arteta has a process. Everybody knows he's a very tactical manager. Of course, some things he's done for the Prime Video is, you didn't need to do that, like the I will never beat or the you will never walk alone or whatever he did. But I think he's got a place in the history of Arsenal. And I think football changes
is good.
So.
So, Craig, do you agree with Chinmay's starting like combined 11, or would you make a couple of changes?
I think I would go for Diaz instead of Varane because I've just not been too happy with Varane this season, and I have my own bias. I'm not gonna lie. Also, I think on the right side I've just not seen enough of Anthony. I know we'll see more of him, but I think I would go for Foden on the right over Anthony as it stands right now because I've not seen enough. And yeah, midfield I would put Bernardo there instead of Ericsson.
That's not bias. I mean, bro,
Come on, Bernardo is having an insane season.
Ericsson's having a good season. Watch him getting first goal against Man City. First goal for United, he'll score against Man City.
Let's see that. Joshua, Arya, if you all had to pick a combined 11 of the Manchester derby, where would you make your changes? Joshua, you can go first.
I would agree with Craig on Diaz. Maybe there. I think Anthony should stay because when he's good, he will only get better. Who did you choose as a strike?
Haaland.
I think that's like
What about your left wing? Your left wing? Did you go for Grealish because of his England? Or
100 million Grealish. I love it.
no? Who's your left wing? Who's your left wing you chose?
Sancho, of course.
Okay, agreed.
Agreed.
I think that's. And who's your keeper?
I
Please tell me.
Cancelo as a wing back than a winger up front for City. I mean, Cancelo at the wing back is a monster.
But Cancelo's my left back. No, I went for Cancelo at left back.
But
Yeah.
he's a better wing back than a proper left back. That's what I feel.
3-5-1-1.
3-5-1-1. A little too defensive, but ठीक है.
Okay, you should know.
That formation should work if Maguire is at the back. You need then, I mean, Henderson has to keep for Dea as well. I mean, two keepers for United.
I love how you keep taking shots at Maguire. All of this, I think Maguire was in the team both times we thrashed you all last season. I don't know why you're talking, bro. I mean, other clubs
I
can
mean,
talk
bro,
about Maguire.
3-2 is not thrashing.
I don't get it
3-2
when
is not thrashing. Hello. 3-2 is
I'm,
not
I'm not
smashing.
talking about that game. I'm talking about the game when we got bashed by Liverpool, and next week we were completely, outclassed by City. Yet somehow we managed to get 3-0 at White Hart Lane with Maguire at the back. And what I mean, I know Maguire not the
Oh, the
best
3-0,
center back in the world.
the 3-0, I won't say anything because
Your
I
coach
may,
Conte wasn't there. Everything is Conte now. Everything happens Conte. Good, good, good. Acha
bro,
hai. Give it 1 year. Listen, Conte is just Conte is just a thoda kam Jose Mourinho. Give it 1 year. Watch our Spurs kicks him out, and watch how everybody's gonna say Conte no so bad, and I don't know why we had Conte and this and that. Good. Next time you're going to probably Chelsea reject Graham Potter. Those season where Graham Potter will get sacked and he'll come to Spurs. Don't worry. Good, good. Keep
Thomas
it going.
Tuchel, bro, you're
I
forgetting him.
love, I,
He won't go. He
oh,
has total class, bro. He has total class. Conte also, by the way, I heard a little jibe there, and it wasn't a lie. What Joshua said. If we sacked Ole Gunnar Solskjaer after the Liverpool game, Conte was crying, bro. Please get me, please get me, please get me United. But we said no, bro. Don't want you. It's okay. I don't talk about league positions and all right now, but I'm just telling you, you have your Antonio Conte because we said no. Or kuch nahi.
yeah, yeah.
Now
Let's
we're getting
let's
now.
talk when let's talk when the league positions are a little fixed.
अच्छा भाई league positions good yeah चलेगा we can come back to it what let's talk when Harry Kane wants to come to United next season चलेगा we'll talk then also अच्छा good
We'll see. We'll see if that happens. In your dreams, maybe. In your dreams. All
okay
right.
चलेगा so basically
That's never happened.
Conte wanted to move Kane wanted to move Son is the best but he might not start for any other league any other team in the league Kulusevski was literally
Yo,
bought from
yo, yo, yo,
Juventus
yo, yo,
probably
yo, 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 yo. Whoa, 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 whoa. What? Son not
That's a
starting for
tall
anyone
claim.
else in the league. Are you mad? What
Top
are you
six. I'm
saying?
talking top six only. I'm talking top six only. So I think Son is very underrated. I love Heung Son. I'm not going to joke about that. What I'm trying to come away with this is, for the first 5 games, Son was invisible, and I never heard a Spurs fan say. I never heard a Spurs fan say, you know, defending him. I saw Spurs fans going after him, saying he's finished, and this is where I'm coming out at. What is up with Spurs fan going after their own player, man?
Don't call them fans.
Did they join in 2017, 18 when y'all somehow you
Don't
went
know,
through?
don't care. Don't know, don't care. Don't call them fans.
Okay, chalega. Good.
I mean, when Ronaldo was down on his form, all right,
He's
people were
still down,
mad.
bro. He's still down.
Well, wait for wait until you play Spurs.
Ah, then he'll score. Then he'll score a hat trick and then he'll score
I
five
think
goals, bicycle kick,
no,
something
no,
like
no.
that.
But on a serious note,
Spurs is
on a
like,
serious
bro,
note.
on a serious note, I'm not kidding. Spurs
Okay,
is what
okay,
Bolton
okay,
Wanderers was
okay.
18 years ago. Spurs is what Bolton Wanderers was 18 years ago. United used to bash Bolton Wanderers. Now it's Spurs. Ronaldo just comes up. He'll probably get Cristiano Junior right now. Even he'll score a goal against Spurs. No issue. Spurs is a very easy game for us.
Dude, we gotta wait. We gotta wait for United versus Spurs.
20th October, good. What Christian Romero? I remember him shouting in Maguire's face or something, when Maguire scored an own goal. 5 minutes later, could not mark Ronaldo, bro. First set piece goal we scored in the whole season, we scored against Spurs. What a banter club. We couldn't score from set pieces for anything, I'm telling you. Somehow we score against you.
And then what happened?
Proper banter club. And I like it because we've been
No, no,
beaten
no. Answer
in
my
five
question. Answer my
games.
question. And then what happened?
And then what happened? What? Nothing. We beat you. I'm happy with that. No, you can't come at me. I can take Joshua coming at me. I can take Craig coming at me. They've actually bossed United at one fixture, two fixtures over the last 2-3 seasons. Arsenal always have a number. They're Premier League champions. What are you? We finished above you, team. Acha hai, good, bro. Keep that. Keep the trophy, bro. Keep the trophy. Acha hai, good. ऐसा तो
Chinmay,
even
are you ready
Arsenal.
to contribute? We both will buy him a trophy and give it to him.
It's good, bro. But their owner, he spends only once in 10 years. I don't know if he'll want to subscribe to that trophy. I don't know.
Well, unlike other clubs, we don't buy a club.
Yeah, okay. We can all gang up against him now. It's okay. But let's just come up to the thing that Spurs Arsenal good game. I love North London derbies. It's always a good atmosphere. But all said and done at the Emirates, I think Arsenal No chance. Uh, if Arteta gives a speech though, Spurs will win it.
It's not
Because
Arteta. It's not Arteta. It's Stewart. It's Stewart,
then
guys.
his record.
Chinmay, it's Stewart. It's not Arteta.
I hope so. They have this record because whenever he gives a speech, whenever he's on my TV, this that, and I think about heart, and I think about this, I think about that. They'll get bashed 4-0, and then he'll be like, "Oh, what are you doing, man? You feel bad." Um, some good
Draw.
He's saying so much, and I want to reply. I've got a good as a bundle of replies for Chinmay. But
Please.
I don't want to take his case. I don't want to take your case, bro, because United will already do that. United will do that for us. And you will see the teaser tomorrow in the derby.
bigger history, bigger present, bigger future than your club, bro. Please, let's not, bro. Let's not. We might get bashed by City on Sunday. I'll still be very confident on 20th of October, and I'm not even kidding, Arya.
Well, see you then.
I think we're seeing a very different era of Spurs this season. I think Spurs are going far this season. I mean, look at who's around United on the points table currently.
Yeah, it's good.
You have 1 point behind Brighton and 1 point above Fulham.
So looking at the points table at the start of October has never been the real thing, man. I mean, if you leave apart Leicester, if you leave apart the Leicester season, at this point of time, I always remember West Ham and the Brighton, not Brighton, of course. West Ham's always have a good start. Arsenal, have good start. United have always started well till October. My focus on Europa. He's a Spurs fan. This guy's a Spurs fan.
Looks like he is.
Yeah, no, because it's okay. I mean, I'd rather win the Europa than just compete in the Champions League. I'm not even kidding. I'd rather do that because we are in a rebuilding stage. And I think I might have crossed the line going up to Spurs there. So I'm sorry to any fans on the YouTube channel or anything. I honestly think.
I mean, different rebuilding cases, Chinmay.
You're telling me now you're rebuilding.
We are rebuilding as well. Of course, we are rebuilding. What are you saying?
You can't rebuild with Conte. You can't rebuild with Conte. A rebuild manager, who's given 5 years, 4 years. Something Arteta is going to be given. Something Ten Hag will be given.
No. You're saying that because Arteta is already in it, right? How do you not know that Conte is not in it?
Look at the past.
Because I think we've all seen Conte.
Well,
we've all seen Conte. Conte one season had Diego Costa playing like Ronaldo Nazario. Next season, I don't know what happened to Diego Costa. I don't know what happened to Conte.
The only thing Spurs are successfully rebuilt is their stadium.
Yeah, it's their stadium. It's a good thing. David Beckham came to the stadium, saw the stadium. I liked it. A good thing for a United fan, But I honestly think, look, the Spurs team is good. No jokes. You've got Son, Kulusevski, Richarlison, Shithousery. You've got Kane, Bissouma. They've made good signings. But the thing with Spurs is Spurs. Nothing else. And I'm not going to say anything else about Spurs. Until they change that fact, you can't go against history, right? You keep looking back in history. It's not just football, it's even sport. And Spurs have never done that. You have Mourinho, a serial winner, 3 or 4 years before a final. I don't know what was up with that. I think Arya can help me out with that. But till you change that fact, you're always going to face it, right?
Not only on screen, but YouTube as well. As you could see, there's lots of banter going on, aimed at other YouTube comments and or towards you all. But I think we strayed away from the question of the combined 11 of North London Derby. So let's just quickly and I'll take one by one position from all of you one by one. So Arya, who would your goalkeeper be?
There are no two doubts about this.
I think Joshua will say Aaron Ramsdale. I think I can just skip Joshua there.
Am I allowed to speak? Am I allowed to comment on this selection or what?
Not now.
Okay.
Your keeper for the North.
I'm going with you, Loris, on this one. I think Ramsdale is a little bit too camera focus.
I personally sometimes feel that as well. But Aaron Ramsdale is good as like Loris makes a lots of errors. You could see that last season as well. But
But
I
are you
think
seeing this season? Are you seeing this season?
अरे आगे बोलने तो दे भाई मैं बोल रहा था but Loris is the guy who choose बोलने तो दे. All right, your let's go for a simple 4-4-2 basic formation, right? So Arya, you're right back. Don't say I'm telling you now. वो नहीं चलेगा.
No. Okay, right back. Who plays right back for Arsenal?
Tomiyansu, but he's injured. Oh, Ben White.
Might place.
Ben White, right back.
Yeah, Tomiyasu is injured.
So Ben White.
All right, Joshua.
I would go with Emerson for some reason. I think he's a really good right back.
Yes.
ये बंदा ही खराब है भाइयों मैं बता रहा हूँ ये बंदा ही खराब है ये क्लब ने सत्यानाश कर दिया इसका
It is a centre back, but I feel he is way better than Emerson also.
I think I've seen Emerson. I think he's really good with pace, and I've seen him
That's
defend
good.
also. So I think
He'll keep running.
I would still go with Emerson for this year.
Right?
Well, thank
Chinmay?
you for that.
I think Joshua makes a good point there with Emerson. And Emerson has Emerson when he is on the game, he's a right back. But I think looking at this season only on form, Ben White will take it. Because I think Ben White has been very good for Arsenal, and the best part about it is it's not even his position. The fact that he's played out of position and actually played pretty well, I think he takes right back.
I think I'm going
Correct.
with Ben White too, just based on this season.
Yeah.
Because he's just been really good this season. Ben White.
Ben White.
I like you, Craig.
Your centre back pairing, Arya. Your centre back pairing.
What?
It was
The centre-
initially Ben White and Romero, but now it's say Romero and Dyer.
I think he's going to go with Gabriel and Saliba.
Dude, Saliba, bro. Obviously.
Saliba is there. He's a good. The only reason I said Eric Dyer was because in the North London Derby, Eric Dyer has that crap fire inside of him. He sees Arsenal and he wants to
Win a
crazy.
trophy like us. But okay.
Right?
Yeah, and then sulk below top for like forever.
Building. Then he can sleep building his fantasy team.
Well,
Because his
your process,
real team is just building for
your part
ages.
to the process
Your
is
team is
longer
just
than
building
the
for
part
ages.
to Evan,
Yeah, but
Joshua.
built
Probably
his
where
fantasy
Jesus is already waiting reincarnated again. All right, don't go there.
Yeah, I agree with Arya. We are not going to go there. Chinmay, centre back pairing. Quick.
I think I'll go with one each. I'll go with Gabriel and Eric Dyer. Yeah, Eric Dyer has been good. Whatever said and done.
Okay.
I'll go with one each. I'm telling you one each. Now. I'm telling you one each. That's the reason. Dude, if you want Romero and Chris Dyer, okay. I'm only going on this season, this form. Romero's always been good. Dyer's always been, under the Maguire radar. So I think if he's performing well, tells me that he's done a good enough job.
Right. Craig.
I think I'm with Chinmay on this one with Romero and Gabriel.
All right. Okay. So we got centre back pairings as well. Your fullbacks, your left back, if I may say, Arya. Quick.
Perisic? I'd go with
All right.
Perisic.
Joshua?
I mean,
I'm going to ask you to justify. I mean, even though it's a wing back.
yeah, I kept quiet. I kept quiet.
Joshua.
Zinchenko if he's not injured. Yeah, if he's injured, then Perisic.
Okay. Chinmay.
Man's waiting.
Perisic. Zinchenko is good and all, but Perisic can score, defend, go back, go ahead, press, everything. Perisic is another one of the all-round gems.
Correct.
I really want to say Perisic, but I'm going to go with Zinchenko because this. and I think Zinchenko can do most of what Perisic does in any case. He won us the league last season. You could say that with his assist.
Fair. That's actually fair. All right.
Yeah, he's got a valid reason.
Your midfield four, as you're going 4-4 to Arya. Your midfield four.
A combined midfield four, right? That's fun. Okay. So I'd say Son and Kulusevski have to be there. I mean, Saka does not come close to what he is right now. Right? No way. But in the midfield, no, let me speak. In the midfield, I'd say Odegaard. I want Odegaard to be there, and Højbjerg. So like someone to
Good
take
enough.
the game forward. Sorry, not Odegaard. Martinez. You got to speak up. I can't hear you.
Sure, you're saying something.
Odegaard is a talent for my main opponent. So I would go
Your
with
voice
Martinez. Can you hear me?
No.
slightly distorted.
Okay, now
Yeah, better.
Son on the left, Partey, Holberg in the center, and right Saka.
All right, you're going with Saka. Chinmay?
3-1-4, right? I'd be probably play Martinelli on the right. So if position change, I'd play Son on the left. Midfield, I think Højbjerg will in just ahead of Xhaka this season, and I'd go with Odegaard.
Craig, your four.
I think Son on the left is a given. There's no one saying anything against that. I think in the midfield, I'm going with Højbjerg and this guy, Odegaard. And because I really like Odegaard as a player, he's just phenomenal. And on the right wing, I'd go with Saka.
And I think top two are going to be pretty clear. I mean, we don't have much options over there. Jesus and Kane are the only options we see over there. Unless you want to put in Richarlison. Do you actually want to put
Somebody wants to talk.
there?
Somebody wants to talk.
I Richarlison.
I mean, nobody.
Over his
So, check out the international stats of it. Last week, Richarlison scored goals. Jesus did not perform.
Jesus was
He
a
was
call
out on
for the
sabbatical. He was out on sabbatical. All right. Richarlison performed. He bantered. He played. He scored 2 goals. I mean, Richarlison is a clear winner over here. And Kane is the owner of Arsenal Football Club. So there's no. Yeah, the B grade Jesus just scored goals in the international.
Man friendly, he played and he scored.
Joshua, are you to Kane from your front too? Or I mean, I don't
Kane
think so. You can.
Kane definitely stays, but yes, sir.
I think and he would be the ideal choices. Richarlison is a good enough choice. Correct, Chinmay? Your thoughts on those two?
Good enough.
I'm going with Josh on this one with Kane and Jesus because
Kane and Jesus all the way, all
Yep.
the way. He'll be mad if they ever play together.
So
because
guys, you gotta look at this fact. There is the North London derby. You need that shithousery which Richarlison brings in.
he'll come on,
Jesus is not there.
I'll bring Richarlison on, I'll bring Saka on, and I'll bring Bissouma on.
Arya from going to like hating the pigeon before even wearing the t-shirt to backing him and putting him alongside Kane above Jesus. I mean, how the turntables, man.
You should leak the messages this guy has made against Richarlison last season. Yeah, and you should show them the Mumbai Spurs, and then the kind of love he's shouting with Richarlison. It's amazing.
And no.
Voice.
Everyone at Mumbai Spurs knew how I felt about Richarlison joining in, and they've seen me change my perspective of him. Great group of guys. I love you guys. I love Mumbai Spurs.
Do you all have a joint screening this weekend? Because
No. We're not having a joint
you
screening.
all don't
We
want
had a joint. We had a joint screening with Chelsea. It didn't turn out well for them. But no, not as per the match, but Messi in the screen. But we're not having a joint screening. We will do it probably the next match because the venue is not available for a bigger group of people. So we decided that we'll do our individual. And by the way, it's at Dul Ali Car. Anyone who wants to join in, Arsenal fan, Chelsea fans, Spurs fans are always welcome. Please do come in. The kickoff is at 5 p.m. I guess. The drink started at 4.
Chinmay is already on his way. Chinmay is already on his way. Yep. So, on that note, guys, thank you so much for coming on, especially everyone who tuned in as well on YouTube. So don't forget to subscribe while you're here, like and share with your friends, and obviously a wonderful fan panelist of Arya, Joshua, Craig, and Chinmay, who never seem to lose out on the banter. And that's what I think everyone on YouTube was hoping for. And I think you all pretty much lived up to it. So good luck on your respective derbies. But there can be only one winner, so let's start on top. And that's it. So have a good night. Stay safe. Bye bye.
Good night.
Good night, guys. Cheers.